We're going to look at vocabulary list 41. These are a few more activities and a little kind of shout out to the agent suffix or agent marker, as it's sometimes called. So you probably remember from previous classes that the agent suffix or the agent marker is what we use in ASL to change a verb into the person who does the verb. So you may remember teach, and then you add that agent suffix, and it makes it teacher, right? So I'm going to, this vocabulary list is pretty short. There are just 5 little signs on here, but we're going to look at how the agent suffix sometimes makes it like kind of a completely different word in English. Sometimes not, but sometimes it does. All right, we're going to start with cook, to cook. So you want a flat hand shape on your non-dominant hand with your palm facing up. Your dominant hand is going to be flat as well, and you're going to flip your palm back and forth on that dominant hand. Remember, the dominant hand always does the moving. It always does all the work. So that's cook. When you add an agent suffix to it, making it the person who does the cooking, sometimes we might call it the cook, or sometimes we might call it the chef, right? So there are different English terms that we use as equivalents to this ASL sign. The next one is to manage, or it can also be used as like to rule. So you want 2 X hand shapes with your palms kind of in neutral space here in front of you with your shoulders and your elbows relaxed. Your palms are going to face each other with those X hand shapes, all right? And then you're going to just come back and forth, back and forth. This is mostly, it's not really a wrist movement. It's mostly just from your elbows, manage or rule. So then if we add the agent suffix to that, it's a ruler or a manager. Now, when I say ruler, I don't mean like this type of ruler. I mean, it's not an instrument of measure. It's a person who does ruling or managing. All right. The next sign in this list is to pick on. So we're going to have a 1 hand shape on our non-dominant hand, a closed X. So this is an X. This is a closed X hand shape on our dominant hand. And then you're going to just kind of pick. That's the movement right there. To pick at. It means to pick on someone. When you add the agent suffix to it, it could mean a nag or like a bully. And there's a little bit of a difference between a nag and a bully. So your facial expression is really going to come into play here in an important way to differentiate. So someone who's a nag, maybe something like that. Someone who's a bully, something meaner. There is also another sign for bully, by the way, which is bully. All right, our last 2 signs on this list are serve and right. So to serve, you do, or service, you do 2 flat hand shapes with your palms facing up. They're just a neutral space in front of you, and you just go back and forth like this. Again, this is an elbow movement here. Serve or service, to serve. So when you add the agent suffix, it becomes a server. That is also how you would sign waiter, like in a restaurant, a person who is serving you, a server, waiter. Our last one is right, which you may remember from a previous vocabulary list. You want a flat hand shape on your non-dominant hand with your palm facing up, that closed X hand shape, as if you are holding a pen or pencil. Okay, and then you start in your palm and go out to your fingers repeatedly. Right. Right. This is W-R-I-T-E, not R-I-G-H-T. So if you add an agent suffix here, it becomes writer. So those are just a few more activities, things that you do, verbs that change when you add an agent suffix, like any other verb. But again, sometimes the English words that we use are a little bit different. So there is vocabulary list 41.